Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Got a crossout video for us today, guys. Now in today's video, I am really looking forward to this because we are going to be going over this Porcupine Absolute Hover. Main reason I wanted to do this video is because Porcupine's got a really good buff, and I really hope the Porcupines come back into the meta. They're basically non-existent in Crossout. They have been for probably about a year or so at this point. I can't remember when it was, but they got a nerf to their projectile speed and their damage and whatnot, and they've been useless ever since. Even against things that you'd expect them to do really well, with things they meant to counter, like lightweight wheels, they haven't been doing particularly great. But they did just get a very good buff, as I said, with regards to their mass. So the mass of the Porcupines originally, I think, was like 720 at base. And now they've dropped it to, I think, 440 at base. So it's lost a good 280 kilograms off of each porcupine. That's a really, really big deal because 280 kilograms, every pork out there is going to have at least 3 porcupines. Some will have 4. So in this 3 porcupine here, for example, this has saved 840 kilograms just from the weapons alone, which means you can put those 840 kilograms either into armor or you can keep the spade mass essentially and be more mobile. Because with porcupine hovers, you got to do a kind of a dance of you want enough durability so you don't instantly die because it is sort of a melee-esque build, but you need enough mobility to actually close the distance and be able to turn quickly. So it is a bit of a middle ground, but I figured we'd test it on this Absolute player. And we've also got it on a really good carbon with the Absolute's latest buff of having a passive 20% and then an additional 30% when you need it. That's perfect for Hawks because the porcupines will get their stacks very easily, not only from the actual porcupine models, but any fire that you leave on the ground. If anyone drives through that fire, you're going to get stacks on the absolute. And then you can basically store that 10 stack really easily for when you need it. And if anyone pushes you on this thing, then, you've got 3 porcupines dealing with an extra 50% blast radius in their face. So that's really going to hurt. With regards to the rest of the build, because we've only got 3 porks, we've got all of the utility you could ever ask for. We've got Cyclops, just a reload Yeti, so we sneak up on people. Got the Omamori, it's in a very good place. I'm very happy with that. We've got it attached to all 3 of the weapons, and we've got it attached to the generator, which is pretty much everything that we wanted to. I think you need Omamori on Porcupines these days as opposed to Jackie, because with all the Punishers and Nemesises and stuff like that, they will take your Porcupines very easily if you don't have an armor. We've got a Doppler just to help the team, a Colossus just to help the durability of the Havers, Verifier just for some deep cloak, and a Harmonizer. The Harmonizer isn't really to do with the spread of the porks, to be honest. It's more for the perk. When you are sat still on the porks, they will have an extra 10% projectile speed, which really does help with their aim. I'm not sure if this will bring Porcupines back into the meta fully, but I feel like if you ran them on specific comps, this could still do well, because from what I've tested in the garage, this thing has really good dura, all the utility in the world, and really, really good damage. So we'll jump into the usual 20 minutes or so of PvP now, guys, just to give this a proper test out, and I hope you all enjoy. Alright, porks, please be good. Please be good. I've not seen porks be viable in a long time, and I really want that to change. Kind of bonked him on the head there. You really want to do that, man? Because I saw you. Okay. And yeah, he's done. Right, let's use our Yeti. Try to get close without stuff blowing up on us. Would be nice. That was a mistake. I don't really have to worry about my ammo because I got Pandora's, don't I? So I can just... Mate, you don't want to do that. Okay, let's push the Oh, he's already dead, actually. Everyone's dead. Cool. Right, well, our first game went rather well. I like how quickly you get the stacks in this thing. It's pretty immediate, to be honest, because you've got the porks, obviously, then you've got the fire from the porks. It's nice. Just keep throwing down here. That looked painful. Why are our teammates just going in and dying, man? Bloody hell, 800 on it. Let's push this guy. That guy is damn near crippled. I lost a lot of HP in that fight. This guy's gonna lose even more though. Right, so with this video, I've made two versions of the pork. I've made a red hover Colossus, and I also wanted to try out a blue hover oppressor. Because the perks with the blue hovers is that you get, how do I put this? You have less tonnage, but you have more power. So you need an oppressor engine, or your power consumption, I should say. So you need a tonnage engine, and I figured the oppressor might be nice because it gives you 15% projectile speed on the build, on the weapons. Lewis, don't push the flashball. You're pushing the flashball. Now I cannot shoot. Goodbye. There's a guy on my left. I guess that's the proper player. Proper perk. Oh, he's cooking. Oh, my lord. Damn, I'm already almost dead. Please drop. Please drop. Okay. I was just thinking actually, because this build by here, it's under mass. It's at its tonnage, well, close to its tonnage cap, but it is under mass by like a ton or two, I think. And we've got the Grizzly co-driver on. Now I'm thinking maybe we could do the Yuki. The Yuki would give us more tonnage, which would then give us mass because we're at the tonnage cap. What else was I thinking? But the Yuki also gives us like 15% power consumption on our movement parts. So it wouldn't, I don't think it would cost us in terms of mobility because we'd get more mass on the build. That look painful. Why are you little? Damn, there goes half of our HP already. I'm just gonna keep throwing down pokes. I'm gonna push the breaker because he seems on his own. Yep, just keep missing, please, mate. Yeah, okay, he's done. Ah, you Oh, he's hurt though. I did take a chunk out of him. Yeah, he's missing most of his wheels. So yeah, like I was saying, maybe it's better to have the Yuki up the tonnage, which will up our mass, but then we've got the minus power consumption from the Yuki to even it out. And I think might just be better than having just the Grizzly. Right, so we tried the Yuki idea. Not a fan of it, to be honest. You don't get that much HP out of just like doing the Grizzly, and you lose out on the Grizzly perk. And you got to carry less mass, so it just felt a bit more sluggish, so I think I'm just going to stick with Grizzly. Oh yeah, I have a verifier, I always forget about that. Bro, bot. I know that's a stupid bot. Okay, he just lost his ass. I have accidentally put my cabin button on something I shouldn't have by the looks of it. I don't know why it's on X, but... Please stop shooting me. Team, please shoot that guy. That was close. No, don't do that. Okay, I'll fix my perk button after this. Show my back. Damn it. Alright, we'll do a couple more. Yeah, so far, I really like this build, to be honest. You know, I just made it. I still need to get some of the kinks out of it, but it feels much better. The build is more maneuverable. It's more tankier, I should say, not more tanky. Because they weigh less now. The absolute feels fantastic on this thing. Okay, this guy is on his own. That is perfect to push. Let's go. Ah, it's the Morgan guy. Hello. Sorry, mate. Come here, please. Thank you. Bro, don't, bro. Jesus Christ. How did I miss that shot? The hell happened there? Oh, that's an avalanche. I don't want to. Yeah. Right, we'll call this the last game, man. But yeah, these weapons feel a lot better now, especially on the absolute carbon. Feels pretty solid. Mobility, the mass that you get, your build is just more reliable. Okay, let's just start pissing folks down here, I think. Someone just hit the carbon, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna push, because I have my stacks. Okay. Extra explosion radius. Okay, you went backwards. I can't tell if this guy's gonna go backwards or forwards or what. Okay, this guy's done. This thing slaughters hovers. Jesus. If you catch him. Perk. Oh yeah, that hurts. Oh yeah, that hurts. Goodbye. Right, and that is it for the Porcupine Absolute Hover. These things are very close to being really good, in my opinion. At the moment, I would call them viable. If you're running these things in Clan Wars, you are going to need the right comp, but they are close to being like meta. I think the really big thing holding them back is that they do not have enough projectile speed, because bear in mind, these are fused Porcupines. They have plus 25% projectile speed, and you really struggle to hit your targets, especially if they're on like a dog build, moving from left to right. Hovers isn't so bad because, you know, you're a hover, they're a hover. They're not going to be able to move across your screen particularly fast. But against dogs, it can be very hard, even for me with fused porks and a lot of experience, to get that shot. And I also think they need a slight buff to their reload as well, because the rate of fire doesn't feel particularly great. But as for the blast radius and the build itself, that I really like. This pork build feels like it's in a really good place. The perk of the absolute pairs perfectly with this thing. I really like how you can just store a 10 stack of 50% explosion radius for when you need it, and then someone pushes you during for a really bad time. I really do like that. So if you are running porks, I would say give them a go on comps where you need to protect something. For example, on a hover comp, this could actually work of like you protecting like ranged hovers. I think would be quite nice. But I think it's like a buff or two. I think it's one buff away actually from being really meta again. But anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch you for tomorrow's.